Hello, everyone. Welcome to La Veda TV. Remember, whichever area you are watching us from, whether you are within or you are abroad, feel free to share our videos, like and subscribe to our channel so that whenever we are having new videos, you can have a chance of getting our new message or our new videos and of getting enlightened according to the new messages or the new videos we bring to you. So today I come with a very important message and a so important topic about area of attacks or area whereby where your esteem is attacked, because mostly you'll find that so many people have been attacked and they have not realized it, or you've been attacked and you've been living with it. So I want to enlighten the most areas that you are prone to get attacks, and it is always very wise and very careful that you really need to take care about this. So mostly I'm just going to talk about family gathering. Most people has been attacked or have been attacked in their family gathering. Always be very sure, especially when God starts blessing you. Be very wise and be very keen when you are appealing to family gathering, because most of the people in their low esteem or their esteems has been attacked in these areas. Others not being attacked in their state of esteem, but they have been attacked financially and also life-wise. Every time when you start or God start blessing you, you're supposed to understand that not everyone who is happy about your success. Therefore, you're supposed to keep your success private. And if you're not going to keep your success private, then you're supposed to have measures on how you're supposed to move forward and how you're supposed to handle yourself. Because every time that God starts blessing you, you're supposed to be equip yourself. You're supposed to be ready that not everyone will celebrate you. Not everyone will feel okay about your success. Therefore, you have to be ready that you are going to encounter so many backlashes. And whenever you are appearing to family gathering, I've talked to so many people and I have understood that from the time, or you see, when you have this esteem whereby when you start God start blessing you, and then you have this show off mindset, and sometimes might not be a show of mindset, it's just a normality while you want to gather with your family members, you want to share, or you want to have you have time with your family members. But you're supposed to understand, not each and every, especially the family members, not everyone who is happy about your success. And if you're not careful, that's the reason as to why most of the people, when you find that you used to be successful, but immediately after you went for a certain gathering or you went for a certain event in an up country, by the time you're coming back, you start trying businesses, business start getting so hard for you, ways about you getting so hard. Therefore, it is always very wise to first of all equip yourself. By the time you are appearing to those family gathering, can you first of all equip yourself and know within yourself that you are ready to handle the situation? Can you first of all know that spiritually you are okay? Because in that family gathering, you'll find aunties, you'll find people who are not okay with your success. You'll find people who are not happy about your progress, because specifically if you are progressing and maybe their siblings are not progressing, it is become a topic, or it become a worry for them, because it is human nature not to be happy with people's success. Not most of the people who are happy with their people's success. Therefore, always take care the kind of the things you eat in those gatherings, the people you associate in those gatherings, and the money you give. And especially, I wanted to teach my people or my viewers the kind of the money. Most of the time, avoid giving your money cash wise. Always make sure, and if you are giving it out, make sure that spiritually you are okay. you are able to handle these things, because there are some people, you yourself, within yourself, you are okay when you are giving them, you are giving them with goodwill, you are giving them with good heart, but within themselves, they have a sorcery mind, they have a witchcrafted way of thinking. So whenever you give them money, you don't know what happens behind the curtains. And these things automatically or mostly happen in a family gathering. Therefore, you're supposed to be very careful every time you attend family gathering, and every time you go to certain event in your family. You're supposed to be very careful. And also another thing, for those who are maybe who have not yet, you are not yet successful, you have not reached those successful levels. There are some people that when you appear to family gathering, your low esteem is killed completely. There are people who are ready in the family gathering to kill your low esteem. When you go talk to them, or when you are invited to talk before people, there are some people who will kill your low esteem. And from there you find that you find yourself, you're not important before people. You find that you're not important in your life, and you're not supposed to understand. Every time that you find there is someone who is dealing with your low esteem, remember, your esteem is what God has given you to operate business wise, ministry wise, and all areas. You have been blessed with your esteem, so that every time you have a higher esteem, you can be able to operate business wise, you can be able to operate in things of life. But if someone deal with your esteem, or if someone try to pull your esteem low, you'll find that you're not going to achieve in your life. And you're supposed to understand your esteem really plays a very big factor, or it plays a very big role in your life. So you're supposed to be always be very careful. Don't allow people to kill your esteem. Don't allow things to kill your esteem. Can you first of all embrace yourself? You're supposed to understand that you yourself, you're very important. You're supposed to understand you have a very important aspect, that is that thing that God put in you, and that thing is what you're supposed to cultivate. Don't allow someone to kill that esteem in you. Don't allow someone to bring down what God has put in you. Therefore, every time, if you ever find a situation, either people, family members, friends, or whoever who will try to kill your esteem, can you first of all refrain? There is a way we call pruning. I call it pruning. I prune friends, I prune family members who are not important in my life. If you've always find that the people who surrounding you are bringing more harm than good, you're supposed to deal them, or to push them away. Remember, your feeling and yourselves is much important than people. And you cannot have those people if you don't have you. There is that aspect of you. If you don't have that aspect of you being you, then you cannot have these people. Therefore, if someone try to kill your esteem, then you're supposed to set them away, prune them from your life, try to deal, or try to push them away. And from there, reconcile with yourself. Go be in your position. Go be in yourself. Be real you, so that you can be able to face life. And you cannot face life if you're not yourself. So if you've ever appeared in family gathering, and when maybe the kind of the talks that were distributed aloud about you are not good, and maybe of the things that really attacked you are not okay, just make a point of first of all is assessing yourself, rebuild yourself up. And these are the things that you're supposed to really check. Another number two thing, that mostly your esteem might be killed, or places whereby you can be attacked, is in friends parties, or friends gatherings. Remember, those people who will never attack you are those people who clearly know about you. There is no way there is no an person, or a new person who will just get from nowhere and come and attack you. You'll find that mostly you are attacked by those people who are around your core. Therefore, you're supposed to be very careful. Whenever you are attending friends party, or whenever you are attending certain activities concerning those people who are near you, you might be attacked. And also, let me first of all enlighten you. Be careful of the things you eat. in your friend's place. Be careful. Don't just go ahead and just take things whenever you have not known how they had been prepared. I've ever told you there before in my channels on in my TV that there are some other festivals. If you are not aware of the kind of the festival that you are going to involve yourself with, never go and share food with those people, because some of the events of or festivals are ritualistic. You find that people have slaughtered and then you have invited, never knowing the things that they have ritualized towards that festive. And from there, when you eat with them or you share food, remember, one of the way to attack someone's spirituality or to gratify someone's spirituality is through food. This is another one of the doors that the demons use to gratify you. So if you are invited in a certain festival or your certain party, and without you knowing the kind of the sharing that you are getting ahead to share, then you might find yourself in the wrong point. You might find yourself being attacked, and it's very, very important and very crucial for you to take care of yourself. Remember, if you don't take care of yourself, no one will. If you don't take care of yourself, there is no one who will come in your circle to take care of you. Therefore, the inner being of you is very important and is very crucial. If you allow people just to always attack you and get in your system and get to flow with you and corride your things without your notifications or without your realization, then you might find yourself in a wrong place. And automatically at the end of it all, you are the one who is going to lose. Remember, you are very important. As I talk to you, you are very important. The inner part of you or the inner bit of you is very important than what you think. You see, most of the time, people tend not to think the important bit of them, because you always get the important bit of you when you lose it. Right now, if you get sick and you lose maybe your leg, God forbid, you lose maybe your eye. The moment you lose it, that's the point you understand the important bit of that eye. But whenever you have it, it become an issue. You don't see it as an effect. You don't see it as important as you think. But the moment you are going to lose it, you'll see that's the time you're going to understand the pain of it. You never understand the importance of freedom until you are imprisoned. For those people who are in prison, they can tell you. Of those people who have ever been in cages or into prison, others has been into spiritual prison, they can tell you how much it is important to have your freedom. Therefore, before you get to those point of losing your freedom, don't allow yourself to drain or don't drag yourself towards those points. Therefore, always be careful not to share, to share foods with people you don't know. Don't just go ahead and eat food into places that you are not aware of. That might be the start of your downfall. That might be the start of you losing the game. And you might find that you are losing all from that point. Therefore, always be careful when you are attending friends party and friends festival. Don't go to places or to find. Don't just friends. Let not your friends invite you and tell you that they want to share with you one or two things, and then you go ahead and share with them. Number three, the thing you're also supposed to be careful about is church events or spiritual events. Every time you are attending a spiritual event, and especially if a friends go ahead or call you ahead and tell you, I'm just going to introduce you to a certain individual who is of a higher authority and I think who can help you in one way or another. Be very careful, because some of the time, if your conscience is not okay, if your conscience is not enlightened, you might find yourself losing or draining or drowning without your knowledge. Always be careful. If a friend tells you, or your member of the family tells you he is supposed to introduce you to a certain spirituality forum, or is supposed to attach to introduce you to a certain spiritual individual, first of all, do your research. before you go ahead and attend those meeting. Do your research, because at one point you might find that you are losing the game, and at one point you might find that you have messed your thing. Remember, even those people who go to the sorcerers and so forth and so forth, no one will ever tell you that you are going to a sorcerer or a witchcraft. They will just introduce them as the spiritual leader or someone who can help you in life. Later, do you come to realize that you just got yourself, or you messed yourself without your realizations. Therefore, everything to do with spirituality, make sure that you are always aware. Don't be introduced to someone, or someone comes and tell you that I'm supposed to introduce you to this and that, and then you go ahead and just drown yourself into it without first of all doing your thorough research. First of all, um, you've not just investigated the whole mess about it, because you might find you're losing the game. Always be careful whenever you have, or you are having or you are going for any spiritual aspect or spiritual matter, or any you are going to spiritual people. Always be very careful. Many people has been messed up in those so-called churches, because someone will just introduce to these churches, and without your knowledge, you find that this person is just releasing a demonic affair, or he is just releasing some demonic effect in your life. From there, you find your life going or taking another directions without your knowledge. Therefore, always be very wise, be very careful not to take things, or just take things in a way that you don't understand. Before you indulge and go ahead and involve yourself with certain activity, or just involve yourself with certain issue, always be very careful. Don't allow yourself to just dip yourself in certain matters without first of all certain before you are doing a thorough research about that. Make sure that you are always careful about each and every event. Therefore, another issue on another area another area I would like you to always take care is the Italies. Make sure whenever you are going to certain Italies, you are supposed to be very careful. Spiritually, you are enlightened. Mind-wise, you are enlightened, and you are always aware of the places that you are going. You are eating your food. Don't just go ahead and just find hotels, and you just go in, and without first of all doing your thorough investigation, thorough research about those places. There are people, or there are places whereby you might eat, and then you start dirtifying your whole self. You find that from there you are dirtifying your spirituality, because we can dirtify our spirituality through eating. And you'll find that most of the time, even when if the devil tries to look for you, and you'll never don't know, he is not getting you in one way or another. You find that the devil will automatically try to check on your areas. Some of the areas that you lie to try to check on you, or try to attack you, is through eating in the dreams. Might find it when when you are unconscious in the dream. The devil might try to force you eat some dirty stuffs, and from there you find that your spirituality is affected. Then from there you find the way you used to handle things in life is become automatically so hard, difficult, because you allowed yourself to feed things that were not of the spirit. Therefore, even the way you eat, and um, you might think that I'm referring to the spirituality aspect of it. It is not only the spirituality aspect of it. You're supposed to understand even the physical part of it, because the kind of the food you eat is really important. You are supposed to be very careful, because if someone is dirty, then you become dirty. If someone are dirty and they cook for you, automatically you become dirty spiritually. These spiritual aspects are very crucial. They are very sensitive. Sometimes you don't realize them, but when you get to those points and when they get affected, the repercussion or the result. Remember, the demons will always work in the back curtains. They will actually work while they are hidden, but the results and the repercussions are so fierce. You find that the repercussions are magnified, and you might find yourself or your life going into a certain directions, in a certain wrong direction, and then you're asking yourself why. You keep on asking God's questions. Why is it that this is happening into my life? And it is because of you. You were not careful at the first point. Always be very careful. Be sensitive. Let your spiritual antennae be sensitive. Let your spiritual antenna be crucial. Don't just get and involve yourself into things without first of all thinking of what you are doing. I wanted to enlighten you, and always make sure every time you are doing things, when you are making decision, before you make decision, analyze the decision, do a well research about those decisions, and then you go ahead on making decision. Don't just make decision because others have just triggered you to make the very decision. Don't make decision because your friends or your relatives or your core are making the very decisions. Just make decision because it is from, they have emulated from you, they have emulated within you, and then you make these decisions as per your directory or your midway directory. Don't make decision because someone has just guided you and you think it is okay to make those decisions. It is not okay, because you find at one point, you find that you are always messing yourself. Therefore, you're supposed to be very careful. Be careful on the Italies, on the ways, on the places you're going to eat, because you might find yourself messing yourself up from that point. And it is very important. And I've already told you, you don't realize the important bit of something until you lose it. Right now, if you are demonically infested, that's the point you are going to realize that it is important for you to be free of demonic affections. Because at that point, the way your life will drive you, that's the time you realize the important bit of having freedom in the spirituality or in the realm of the spirituality. And the things you always see in the physical realm are always triggered from the spiritual realm. I told you before, there are three things I told you. I hope you've been following this. I told you that your body is made of three things: the flesh that we see, the spirit that you don't see, and the soul that you don't see. In the soul, there are three things that you're supposed to understand that really play a big role in your life. In the spiritual, in the soul aspect of it, you have your might, you have your will, and you have your might, you have your will, and then you have your feelings. All these three things are really controls big your life. You're supposed to understand, if someone prays aloud with your might, then he has prayed around with your might, he has prayed around with your will, he has prayed around with your feelings. And automatically the repercussions, because the might give to the will, and the will give I told you it's the will, the might, the will, and the feelings. So you find that the minds give to the feelings, and then the feelings give to the will. And then you find that you are acting towards a certain way. You are acting towards a certain behavior. And if someone wants to affect your behavior, he will first of all affect these areas. He will affect your mind. And therefore, that is the reason as to why you are supposed to always take care of the spiritual aspect of it, because the spiritual aspect of it, if you are careful with it, then it will be able to control the mind or the soul aspect of it. And the soul aspect of it, when it is controlled by the spirit, you find that you are doing things in the right way, because what God created was the spirit and the soul. And he gave you the flesh, and the flesh helps you to perform or to operate here on earth. Therefore, if you allow the flesh to always guide you, remember, the flesh will always do the things of this earth, but they will not do things of Holy Spirit. They will not do things of God, because the flesh is the one who will trigger you or will direct you that I want you to give me beer. I want you to give you to me to maybe I feel like I can take drugs. I feel like I can take this and that. If you just allow it to take you to a certain directions, or you allow flesh to control you rather than the spiritual aspect of it, you find that you are losing the game. See, therefore, make sure that you are taking beat or you are taking care of this aspect of the soul, so that the soul or your soul can control the mind, the will, and the feeling of you, so that you don't find yourself losing. Those people who are drug addicts, they started by their flesh was attacked. So the flesh started commanding for some things. And when the flesh started commanded some things, then it triggered the soul. So the soul triggered the mind and the will and the feelings and the might. And then you find yourself, you are a drug addict. But if you really took the beat or you took care of your spiritual aspect of it, the spirit will never mislead you, especially when your spiritual is directed to the Holy Spirit. I'm not talking about the spiritual aspect when it's directed to the evil spirit. You're supposed to always take care, because there are others who their spirituality has been attacked and they are directed to the evil spirit. So the ways they are directed on, the ways they walk in, are in the ways of the evil spirit. I'm not talking to that bit. You're supposed, first of all, to guard and guide your spirit, so that it don't move in the wrong ways. It don't move out of the track. And it's very important. And if you do that, then your spirituality will always guide you, and you'll find yourself winning, and you'll always find yourself succeeding in life. There are so many factors or some issues in your life, you find that you're supposed to win. Always take care of the things I've told you. Take care of the areas that I've always educated you about. Don't allow yourself to be driven by the events, by people, by motives, by feelings, by peer pressure, because you feel your friends you would like to engage with your friends. You are just driven by that. Don't be moved with the waves. Always be strong to guard and keep opposite to the waves, so that you can be in a position of controlling the wave in your life. Otherwise, you might find yourself losing the game. And you might find yourself not concentrating on that one purpose that God meant you to, created you to concentrate on. Therefore, always be careful, be careful, take care of the praises of the event you are sharing or the event you are attending. Don't attend the event because you've been invited. So many people, their life ended when they were invited in this event I've mentioned. It is better not to attend a certain event and then to end your life, rather than attending and then you end your life, or you find your life going in a haywire or in a opposite direction rather than what you expected. Every time you are invited for an event, either be it a family, either being a friendly event, either be it a company, either be it a festival, or there is a party somewhere, can you ask yourself, why am I or why am I going to that place? Is it important for me? Will that thing benefit me? And if you go ahead and attend on that event, and then maybe you lose spiritually, you are going to lose more than whatever you thought, than the joy you ever thought that you're going to get in that place. Therefore, always be very careful. And it is my happy is my happiness that as my viewer, I keep on enlightening you on the areas that you can be attacked spiritually. And I know you'll keep on subscribing, sharing our videos. And if you have something that you feel like you want us to tackle, maybe you have a topic, something you have not understand about spirituality, make sure that you leave a comment down here so that I can tackle it next time. And I know God is going to bless you. Let's keep this lavender fraternity glowing big, and also let's also share as much as you can, share our videos so that we can leash or we can take this message to as many people as possible worldwide, globally, and I know we are going to help as many people as possible. Maybe there is someone who have never been enlightened in this format, and when you share our video, he is going to be enlightened, and you yourself, you're going to be blessed. So therefore, feel free to share our video, and I know God is going to bless you. Therefore, thank you, thank you, thank you as a friend for Laveda fraternity.